So why do you want to share your story?
To make sure other people understand it, or maybe it can help somebody. Yeah, just to make sure that it helps people.
We, when we first overcame her selective mutism and some other things, Molly started speaking as a guest lecturer at the universities for psychology classes, just to kind of give some of the future psychologists of the world an idea as to what it is like to live inside and have some of these anxieties and some of these things that make it difficult to communicate and be successful. And when we first talked about doing that, she says, well, if I can make it so that somebody else doesn't have to struggle as much as I did, then that is me understanding why this was given to me. I've overcome it, and now I can help somebody else maybe not struggle so hard. So when I met with Spencer and explained to him why I was so fond of Goodwill, and went to Molly and I said, well, they might like to speak with you and tell your story. And she says, well,
If it'll help.
if it'll help. I know, sorry. Again, Molly's my firstborn. So when we found out that she had some unique qualities about her, originally I was concerned that perhaps, just a traditional high school experience was going to be a challenge. And luckily, we were in a great high school. She did fantastically. They took such good care of her. So I was thinking back to her high school graduation, and I have a great picture of her with me crying, as always, but her coming up, and she was crying, and she never cries. She never cries.
I think I teared up slightly, but I don't
So
think it was
she teared,
so
and I have
high.
this great picture, and she's tearing up, and I'm tearing up, and we're hugging each other right after her high school graduation. So then we go into college, and she had done so well in high school that I thought, oh, this is no problem. And then we found out that they took such good care of her in high school that we were not aware of the level of impairment that she had and the additional resources that she would need in college until after she had pretty much failed 2 semesters in a row. I was thinking that she was going to be living with us and being supported by us, her dad and I, for a greater length of time, because I wasn't sure when and how she was going to find her place in life. There was a time when Molly didn't communicate at all.
Would be passing notes to somebody.
She would pass notes because she didn't speak. She had been diagnosed with selective mutism and was not able to speak in any kind of public environment, regardless of how comfortable she felt.
I mean, communicating is still a little bit of a difficult thing, but it's definitely gotten a little bit easier in the past couple of years. So, I mean, it could just mean me taking a couple seconds or whatever to reply, but I've definitely gotten better in trying to communicate with that. And I think working behind a counter at my job kind of helped with that as well. It's like I need help because I was failing in my classes. And so I took a gap year to figure out what I was going to do. That's how we kind of figured out we were going to contact the DOR. I heard about the Goodwill Industries from my caseworker at the DOR.
The DOR, Department of Rehabilitation. Did you? She had gone to DOR as an early college student because she was struggling in college, and I didn't quite realize the level of assistance that she needed. And so I had reached out to a friend of mine who was a special ed teacher, and she had hooked us up with the Department of Rehabilitation. And so we went through an interview process with them, and they got her on a great path at Oxnard College, doing something that she really loves. And after about, I'm going to say 3 semesters, she was doing really well in school and decided that she wanted to try to get some part-time work just to have some spending money and go from there. And so she went to her DOR counselor, and he was the one that sent her to Goodwill.
Honestly, it's made me think. I kind of felt a little bit more independent since I have a job after, a couple years at this point. And it just works out. I feel like it works out for me a little bit more than just staying at home most of my time.
It was probably about 8 or 9 months ago where I was worried that I needed to get her some money for something, or I need to make sure she had, lunch, or I don't remember what I was stressed out about. And she's like, no, I already took care of it. And it was, you did, it was nice. And she's been much more independent since then. And I think working with Goodwill has given her the confidence to kind of persevere on that one.
What kind of help did your Goodwill counselors provide?
It was a resume writing, and it was an interview process or practice, and it was basically just me coming in, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 times a week, I think, just to go over, specifics on what makes a good interview. Oh, and they also helped me make an Indeed profile to get me my job now.
I think Molly benefited by having someone other than her family explaining to her how things worked. Not that she wasn't receptive to the advice and the counsel that we were giving her, but it's nice to get that information from someone else, and then to see that tutelage and that mentorship actually, turns into something that gives her the confidence to move on. I think that was fantastic for her.
We take people that have passion to be better, and to really open up their capacity and reach their fullest potential. It's always a blessed day every time that I come into work. I get very passionate about helping out everyone that comes to us, because they're always capable of so much great work in our community. And with our help, the different things that we're able to do, whether it's resume building, whether it's mock interviews, and many more, it really helps them get to the next level. That's one of the things that really has kept me working here and striving and trying to make this organization the best that I could possibly make it, is because each and every day, we can really make a change in someone's life and a change in the community. We work with participants like Molly that come to us that are in need of some help in the community. And she had some challenges that we're able to work through. And what that did was that brought her to greater heights than she ever could have imagined. She's teaching and helping people speak in public and do quite amazing things. And it's so great to see things like that, when you can reach your fullest potential and go above and beyond, farther than you've ever thought that you could even be. And that's one of the things that I realized that I love about Goodwill.
What's your favorite part of work and school?
I don't know. I think it's just being able to get experience from both of them that I didn't get a couple years ago. So that helps with other things, and I know that I have a way of trying to support myself once I graduate, and maybe potentially finding a job somewhere else in the culinary field at some point.
Now I can kind of see the forest through the trees and see, oh my gosh, she is going to graduate. She's going to do something. She's going to be someone. Not that she already isn't someone, because she's absolutely someone, but I'm just so proud for her, the strength that it takes to overcome. I can cry if I want to. The strength that it takes to overcome a challenge on top of just getting through life is fantastic, and I'm so proud of her. And I can't talk about that anymore. Sorry. Okay.
What will graduating be like for you? What are you looking forward to on that day?
Probably a sense of accomplishment, I guess. I mean, it'd probably be good to putting all that hard work towards a degree and actually being able to use it for something at some point.
That just made me tear up.
I'm passionate, and Goodwill means to me is I am able to help everyone that I see get to their maximum potential And it's a passion of mine, and it brings me great joy to be able to help the community that raised me, because they allow me to help the community that got me to where I am today.